Hey everybody, welcome to Module 1. Within Module 1, we will discuss family systems, structures, risk, and resiliency. As part of Module 1, you will be expected to relate developmental factors and resiliency in family structures to your own growth and development, as well as review and analyze current research in the field. As part of Module 1, there are 2 assignments due at the end of the module and an additional introductory discussion board post due at the end of this week. The introduction here is a post that just briefly describes who you are yourself and responds to a series of questions that you'll find on the discussion page. The self-reflection of paper is the first official assignment of this course. Throughout the module, you will complete a series of readings, videos, and viewings of other materials that will help you write your self-discussion or your self-reflection paper. As you read these materials, view these videos, you will want to jot down notes and ideas that resonate and jump out at you. This will help you as you write your self-reflection paper. The second assignment, or it's technically the third, is a research article critique paper. Your syllabus has more information regarding the guidelines of approved journals as well as approved topics that you will want to consider when developing your research critique. As a word of caution, be sure you are logged into ASU's library system when accessing articles for this paper. As an ASU student, you get free access to most journal articles, so you shouldn't be paying for any articles. But I'm going to go over more of the details of each of these assignments soon. And please note the extension or the due dates for each of these assignments, because these will be enforced and there's no extensions. So be sure to plan appropriately for these assignments. So to help you complete your reflection assignment, the first article you're going to read is a literature review of at-risk and resilient children research. And here you might find experiences that relate to your own growth and development, your own risk, and risk factors, and protective factors such as resiliency also that you've encountered. If you do encounter that or think about this as you read, I encourage you to write those down because these will be really important and helpful in writing your self-reflection paper. In reading this article, think about questions around were there any risk factors or protective factors that the article discussed that you experienced in your own growth and development? And if so, highlight those in the article and directly use that part of the article for your self-reflection paper. The second article that you will read is an article of a young child named Goddess and how her risk factors impacted her development. It also discusses the role of teachers and caregivers and how they helped her become resilient despite risk factors that she experienced. In working with early childhood individuals, whether it be a student, teachers, or community members, you may encounter children that have their own risk and protective factors. They need you to help them be resilient. I really encourage you to pay close attention to this particular article, as some of the information you learn here will carry through your own experiences as an intern or as an educator or whatever career you enter. Keep these ideas and these experiences in mind. So the next thing that you're going to read, actually, this is a bit out of order now, but so the next thing you'll encounter or view is a TED Talk video by Jeffrey Canada. If you're not familiar with Jeffrey, He's the founder of the Harlem Children's Own Project. It's a wonderful organization, and if you want to know more about him or it, I encourage you to Google Jeffrey and the project. But within this TED Talk, he discusses several risk and protective factors that he encounters working with the children he works with. As he's talking, think about things that he discusses in relation to your own experience again, and your own personal development, as well as your own history in schooling. You may consider using some of the information here in your self-reflection also. That's due at the end of the module. All of the readings and viewings for this course, for this module, can be used as part of your self-reflection. So jumping back, this is the final reading that you're going to do for this module are 2 stories from the Taking Care of You section in your Elephant in the Playroom book. As you read these stories, reflect and think about think about the family system and how caring for a child with special needs impacts that family system. Think about how you as an educator, broadly conceived, because I know not everyone's going to be into the teaching profession, but we can think about education also in lines with like what a parent does, or in lines with various community organizations and work. So think about how you as an educator, working with or working with families of children with special needs, how you might work, or how that might inform your experience or your practice. This is something that you're going to likely encounter throughout your careers, children with special needs and parents that are working with children with special needs. So think about how you can leverage these stories and these as experience in your future work. Okay. So for this first module, there's 3 assignments. The first assignment is this discussion assignment. In the discussion, your job will be to respond to these 3 prompts, and then post it by the end of the week, this week. Everyone will get their credit for these posts. Don't focus on grammar or APA format, though it does need to be legible. I just really am interested in getting to know you and getting to know your thoughts about these questions, and this will help me curtail the course as best possible to all of your individual needs. In addition to the discussion post, there are 2 assignments. So the first assignment is a participation activity. It's the self-reflection. So in the self-reflection, the parameters of the paper will be listed here. It will be a 2-page double-space APA formatted paper, and it should address these questions here. What risk and protective factors did you experience that have shaped who you are today? How can educators use the information about family systems, risk, resiliency, etc., to better collaborate with families? And what did you learn about how children with special needs impact family systems, as highlighted in the 2 stories that you read from Elephant in the Playground book? Again, this paper should be APA formatted, taking into account the articles that you read and the viewings that you watched over the course of this module. And remember to include your own experience here. You need to draw heavily on that, but tie that experience to the text and videos that we watched. And here's a rubric that I will be using when I'm reviewing your paper, so be sure to take a look at this. Okay, here's the research review critique. In this assignment, you will locate and read one professional educational journal, look for these in the approved journals in your syllabus. If you look at the syllabus under this assignment, you'll see a whole list of approved journals. Or right here, they're here as well, I forgot. And so use that to locate the journals to read. But here, right here, are a list of topics you may want to consider. When you're writing this paper, it will be about a 2-page, double-spaced APA formatted paper. The first page of the paper will be a summary of the purpose, the participants, the methods, and the findings of the article that you reviewed. The second page will discuss how the information in the article applies to your own professional growth and development, and how it might be useful in the future career setting. And again, here are the rubrics. Here is the rubric that I will be using when I'm reading through your paper. And finally, I just want to note that this is a resource. There's added resources for APA formatting at the bottom of the modules in the resources tab. But right here, you'll find some resources for how to find peer review articles, and also a bunch of things about how to write and use APA formatting. If you have any questions about these, feel free to reach out and let me know. Anytime you have a question about APA formatting, that's a great time to post in the virtual office hours so everyone can see similar questions as well. I'm already over 10 minutes. I'm trying to keep these shorter, so I'm going to stop now. But if you have questions about the whole module or any of the specific assignments or any of the readings, please reach out to me. Let me know, and I'm happy to respond to those. Okay, thanks.